Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in today's episode, we are talking about your mindset is your health's foundation. Yep, that's what we're going to be talking about today, because I think it's really important that you ask yourself some questions about how many times have you tried to get healthy before and why it didn't stick. Okay, like maybe you tried to go to the gym, maybe you tried dieting, but the motivation just wasn't there. So that's what we're going to talk about today. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the inside. Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in today's episode, we're talking about how your mindset is your health's foundation. It is absolutely your health's foundation. So let me ask you some questions that you need to ask yourself, okay? How many times have you tried to get healthy before and it didn't stick? Dieting didn't stick, going to the gym didn't stick, neither did your motivation. Why? Because wellness doesn't start with your body, it starts with your mindset. Let me say that again, and then I want it to sink in. Wellness does not start with your body, it starts with your mindset. Okay? So if your mindset isn't right, nothing else is going to be right. Not your habits, not your discipline, not your results. It starts with your mindset. Most people don't have a knowledge problem. They have a mindset problem, okay? You know what to eat. You know that you should move your body. You know that your sleep matters. You know these things. But knowing them and doing them, that's two different worlds. Okay, it's just like when people say knowledge is power. It absolutely is power, but it's only powerful if you apply it. There's no power in just knowing information and not applying the information. So you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to start Monday," and then Monday rolls around, and guess what? Nothing changes. So now I'm going to call you out on that. It's not that you're lazy; it's a mindset loop. That's what it is. It's like you keep saying you're going to start on Monday, you're going to start on Monday, you're going to start on Monday, and Monday never gets here, okay? Wellness is a mindset shift. In order for you to have complete and total wellness, it's a mindset shift. You have to have a mindset shift in order for you to walk in wellness, okay? So let me break this down, okay? Old mindset is not going to get you the lifestyle that you're looking for, okay? It's just not, okay? That's why people stay stuck. You know, you'll say to yourself, "Oh, I have to work out," or "I can't eat that," or, "I hate this process," okay? But you have to flip the script to a new mindset and say to yourself, "I got to get to taking better care of my body. I have to take better care of my body. It's necessary that I take better care of my body. I am going to choose food that is going to fuel my body." And then you have to say to yourself, "I'm building a lifestyle, not chasing quick fixes." See, we live in a generation now where people want the quick fix. That's why they're doing all these shots and the pills, because people want a quick fix. But here's what I will say to you about that is, and this is just my opinion, because, hey, I am holistic through and through. I stand 10 toes down on holistic practices. That's just who I am. That's where I come from. I've been this way all of my life. So holistic practices is absolutely necessary in my life. But here, what I will say about the quick fixes, there's also consequences to your quick fix. Trust me when I tell you, you're taking pharmaceutical drugs, and there's always, and you can add 10,000 more always to that. There's always going to be side effects. You might not feel it today. You might not feel it tomorrow. You might not even feel it next week. But here's what I can guarantee you. If you're taking any type of pharmaceutical drugs, you're going to have a side effect. So you may want to seriously take into consideration, because you have to understand, every decision that we make has a consequence. Every single decision that we make when it comes to our health has a consequence. And the consequence can be good or bad. The good consequence can be, well, I'm going to change my lifestyle. I am going to look at becoming healthier. And here's the things that I need to do. I have to follow the 6 pillars in order to see the results that I'm looking for in my life. The consequences to that is quality of life is going to improve, and you're going to feel better. Okay? You continue to take the shots, continue to take the pills, continue with the quick fix. Here's what the consequences are going to be. I'll give you a couple years and you're going to start feeling the effects of you taking that stuff, because it's pharmaceutical drugs, it's man-made, and you have no idea what's in it, number one, and how it's going to affect your body. Okay? So your body is going to respond to what you do. It's going to respond to your habits. Trust me, it's going to respond. So if you think that, you're taking the shots, you're taking the medication, that yes, it's a quick fix, and yeah, you may lose weight. But guess what happens when you stop? That's right, the weight's going to come right back, maybe even more, okay? So let me tell you why people fall off, okay? And hopefully this will hit home for you. For some people, their thinking is all or nothing. For some people, they'll say, oh, well, I missed a workout, so the whole week is ruined. That's just one day. You miss one day does not mean that the whole week is ruined. You just pick up where you left off at and go back and pick it up and just keep going, okay? The whole week is not ruined. Or you can say, oh, I ate a bad meal, so I may as well keep on eating bad. No. Okay, so you had a cheat day. It's okay. So you have to flip the script, because one bad moment doesn't erase your progress. So you have to understand that. And, some people are addicted to being motivated, and they'll say, oh, I'll start when I feel motivated. You're never going to feel motivated to work out. Trust me. I've been working out for a number of years, and I don't always feel motivated. As a matter of fact, motivation is not a part of my process. It's not at all. I don't want motivation. I want results. Results is what's going to get me to where I want to be at, not motivation. Okay? Motivation is unreliable, but discipline is what builds. If you can build on discipline, you don't need motivation, because motivation is unreliable. One day you're motivated, the next day you may not be motivated. That's why it's unreliable. And that's a fact. Okay? I'm going to be 100 with you. Motivation is unreliable. Okay? So the mindset is where you get the results, okay? If you've been working out for 2 weeks and then you say, oh, I don't see a difference. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Did you get to where you are in 2 weeks? Answer the question honestly. Did you get to where you are in 2 weeks? The answer to that is no, okay? So if you didn't get there in 2 weeks, what makes you think that you're going to fix this problem in 2 weeks? It's going to take time. This is a time factor, and you have to allow yourself the time, because you didn't gain 100 pounds in 2 weeks. So you're not going to lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks. So let's just be realistic about it, okay? So what we need to do is we want to build a strong wellness mindset, okay? We want to build a strong wellness mindset. So let me give you a couple tools that you can use for that's going to be actionable, things that you will be able to do. Number one, focus on identifying where you are and not the outcomes, okay? Don't worry about the outcomes, and don't focus on the outcomes. Focus on and identify where are you right at this particular moment. Okay, that needs to be your focus, okay? Stop saying to yourself, I'm trying to lose weight, okay? Start saying, I'm someone who takes care of my body, because number one, my body is a temple, and I want to take care of my body so that I can improve my health and my quality of life, okay? Here's something that you have to do that is an absolute must. You have to keep the promises you make to yourself, okay? If you say to yourself, I'm going to hit the gym, or I'm going to walk, or I'm going to cycle, or I'm going to swim, whatever activity it is that you do, Keep that promise to yourself. Do it. Do what you say you're going to do. I don't care if you only just walk for 10 minutes. Do it. Okay? And you may say, oh, well, I'm not going to get results for a 10-minute walk. Consistency. What you're trying to do is you're trying to build consistency. You're trying to build a habit. You're trying to build a routine. So that's why 10 minutes will make a difference. Okay? No, you're not going to lose 100 pounds by walking 10 minutes a day. Absolutely not. However, building the habit, building the routine, building the consistency, you can lose 100 pounds. Okay? You're doing it not just for the results, but so that you can trust that what you say you're going to do is that you're going to do it. And every time you follow through, let me tell you what you're doing. You're building self-respect. Every single time you follow through on what you say, you're building self-respect. And that's important when it comes to a mindset shift, okay? Start small and stay consistent, okay? You cannot go from 0 to 100. But you can go from 0 to 10 and stay there and build on that, okay? For example, let's say that you don't drink enough water. So if you only drink 3 bottles of water a day, then add a bottle to that a day. Say instead of drinking 3 bottles, I'm going to drink 4. So let's say that you don't walk at all. So start off with 10 minutes a day. Okay, let's say you only get 4 hours of sleep every night. So let's work on adding an hour to that. Let's set a bedtime so that you can stick with the routine and create a habit. Let's do that. Okay, here's what I know. Consistency beats intensity every single time. It's not about how much you do. It's about being consistent at what you're doing. Consistency beats intensity every single day of the week. Trust me when I tell you. So change your self-talk. When you catch yourself talking like, oh, I'm so out of shape, or I always fail, replace it with, I'm improving every single day. I'm improving and I'm learning discipline. Okay? Everybody doesn't have discipline. It's something that you learn over time. And you learn that by doing what you say you're going to do, by keeping your promises to yourself. That's how you learn the discipline, okay? Now, let's talk about the emotional side of wellness, okay? Okay, so let's just be honest. Wellness just isn't physical, okay? Wellness is mind, body, soul. That's wellness. And I always let people know that health is different than wellness. Health is the absence of diseases. Wellness is mind, body, soul. Because they're like the Trinity. You can't separate the 3 of them. If you're having trouble in your mind, it's going to affect your body. If you're having trouble in your soul, then it's going to affect your mind and your body. If you're having trouble in your body, it's going to affect your mind and your soul. So that's the reason why wellness is so important, because you want all 3 of those areas to be in sync. Okay, wellness isn't just physical, like I said. You look at the stress, the burnout, the emotional eating, the lack of energy. All those things affect all 3 of your Trinity. It affects your mind, body, and your soul. Okay, sometimes it's not that you don't care; it's just that you're tired, and I get it. I just started. I'm at a new gym now, and they have classes, and I've never been one to do classes. Now, I would do Zumba, I would teach Zumba and things of that nature, but I never did like other classes. So I just started, I stepped outside of my comfort zone, and I started taking classes, and on Tuesdays, I do an hour. On Thursdays, I do 45 minutes, and it's different than lifting weights. It's absolutely different than lifting weights. And when I tell you, boy, my energy level is like on the floor right now. Wednesdays is my day off. And so on Tuesday nights, I make sure that I get good sleep so that on Wednesdays I wake up and I feel refreshed and then I'm good, because I wake up at 3 a.m. every single day. My circadian clock does not allow me to sleep past 3 a.m. But that's my time for my meditation, my prayer time, just seeking God and things of that nature. So then by 4 a.m., I'm up getting myself ready for the gym. But that makes it for a very long day, because then people wonder why I go to bed so early, because I'm awake at 3 a.m. every single day. So yes, my energy level is down because I'm doing something different. I have a different routine now. So now my body has to adjust to the new routine. But I wanted to step outside my comfort zone and start something new because I hit that invisible wall. And once you hit that invisible wall, you can't expect that you're going to see the results that you want. So then you have to switch stuff up. You got to change things around and do something different in order to be able to see some more results. So that's what I did. I stepped outside my comfort zone and I started doing classes, okay? But I also have to give myself grace, because I'm not giving up on that. I'm not going to stop doing the classes because my body is exhausted. Yes, my body is exhausted because it's not used to doing classes. It's not used to, moving around the way that I do in those classes. And when I tell you it's intense, it's really intense. But I'm not giving up on myself. And you shouldn't give up on yourself either, okay? And I know that people depend on motivation, but motivation doesn't always last, and motivation doesn't always get you to where you want to be at. So you have to do the things that you need to do in order to get the results that you want to see, okay? So your health isn't punishment. It's a responsibility. You taking care of your health is a responsibility. The Bible tells us, I believe it's in 1 Corinthians 3:16 says, our body is a temple. And the Holy Spirit dwells in our body. So we have to take care of our body because the Holy Spirit lives there. I've had so many people, just this past week, this young lady that I was working with, and, she wasn't doing all that she could do. And I know that because of her condition that she couldn't, but she just passed away. This is like the third person, that I tried to help that was not able to recover from where they were, and to make that shift, but it's our responsibility. Our health is our responsibility, not the doctors. It's our responsibility to take care of our temple. Okay, you only get one body, you only get one life, you only get one shot to feel your best and to live your best life and to live out that life. So with that in mind, taking care of your body, taking care of your wellness is so important. And I always tell people, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illnesses. I can guarantee you that. Because what's going to happen is once you become ill, then that's where all your time, you're going to be consumed with getting better. You're going to be in the fight of your life. So why fight to overcome an illness when you can do something before you get to that place? And I'm speaking from experience. I've lived with high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, acid reflux, being obese. I've lived with those things, so I understand that. However, I did not get on any medication. I lost all 120 pounds without a shot, without a pill, and to this day, I still don't take any pharmaceutical drugs. None. Not over the counter, not an aspirin, not a Tylenol, not an Advil, nothing. Nothing. You know why? Because I take care of my temple, okay? You have to stop waiting to feel ready. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment. This is your moment. Your moment is right now, okay? So here's what I want to do. Here's a call to action for each and every one of you. I want each and every one of you to do one thing that's going to improve your health, whether it's drinking more water, getting out for a walk, dancing in your house, swimming, getting a minimum of 7 hours of sleep, eating healthier. Do one thing, just one thing that's going to improve your health. Start there, okay? You don't have to eat the whole elephant at once, one bite at a time. Just one thing. You can find one thing that's going to help you to improve your health, okay? So I want you to drop in the chat one thing that you're going to commit yourself to do to improve your health. Just one thing. You don't need a new diet. You don't need a new plan. You need a new mindset. And that starts right now, today, okay? A new mindset. You have to look at your wellness from a different perspective. and do one thing that's going to help you to improve your health, your wellness today. If you start today, if you do one thing to improve today, then next week you can do something else, and then the following week you can do something else. But I hope that this message hit home for you. I really do, because it's time out for, continuing to take all the medications with the side effects and taking the shots and all that stuff, because there's side effects to that, and it's negative side effects to that. Okay, and let me tell you how I know this, and I've been convinced for a very long time. This is not something that that I just decided. This is something that I've always been convinced of. When I was 6 or 7 years old and starting to go to school, public school, we had to go and get shots. We got shots to go to school. We had shots for chicken pox and measles and whatever other diseases that was out there. They gave us shots to go to school, okay? So I took the shots. But now here it is, 50 years later, and they're telling me that the shot I took at 6 years old, that shingles lies dormant in my body because of a shot that I took at 6. Now, I don't have shingles, and I'm not saying that I'm going to get shingles, but a lot of the population of people that's in my age group has shingles. I know people that personally has shingles because of a shot that they took when they went to school 40, 50 years ago. Okay? And if people that's over 50, I can almost guarantee you that the shingles is lying dormant in your body. And it's the same exact thing that's going to happen with these shots that you're taking now. It's going to lie dormant in your body, and boom, all of a sudden, you're going to have the side effects. So people in my age group are feeling the side effects of taking shots when they were 6 years old. I'm 68 years old, going to be 69 this year. Who would have thought that something I took over 50 years ago is going to affect my body at 68? Who would have thought that? I certainly didn't. I had no idea. My parents and my grandparents took me to get the shots because, they said, well, if you want your child to go to public schools, this is what you have to do. So that's what they did. So I want you to think about that. I want you to look at practicing more of holistic health. And that's why we're going to continue this conversation about the pillars, because we got to look at our mindset. We got to look at our habits. And next week, that's what I'm going to be talking about, is our habits. And I know that I've talked about habits before on my podcast, but I think it's worth reiterating because I'm always coming across new information that is going to be a help not only to you, but to me too. So yeah, we definitely need to focus on our mindset, because that's what's going to get us to results, okay? Listen, thank you for listening today to today's episode. I appreciate it. I hope that this message has hit home for you. Please share it with someone else who may need a reminder about their wellness, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that the next time I drop an episode that you will be notified. And let's be on this wellness journey together. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you to become well and to live your best life. So before I get out of here, I got to give a shout out to my listeners around the world. Here in the United States, Canada, Australia, Russia Federation, China, Mexico, Belgium, Ireland, South Africa, Brazil, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Ukraine, Kuwait, India, Hong Kong, Dominican Republic, Philippines, Barbados, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Japan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Portugal, Netherlands, Singapore, Peru, Samoa, Finland, UAE, Lithuania, Chile, Denmark, Vietnam, and Switzerland. Until next time, keep shifting your mind, caring for your body, and nurturing your soul. I'm Coach G, and I will see you on the next level.